And if we can get it down to the fourth quarter, I always told my team I'm gonna try to do my best to try to bring it home. And man, if it weren't for these fans here, man, this is special. This is big. This is the biggest thing I've ever done.
Do you want to be the best?
Yeah.
I read something where you said you want to be best defender, best shooter, best. What do you have to improve on between now and the NBA?
Maybe getting stronger defensively and shooting the three.
I don't want nobody to pass me. I mean, they say I'm the best player in the country, and I wanted to keep it that way for the next 2 years. I just wanted to play my game. My game is I can score, but I can pass too, and I can rebound. I can do so many things that can help my team win, and that's what I did.
Well, I don't know if he's ready for the NBA now. I think he can compete in the NBA and compete favorably if he were to go right now. He's certainly as good as some of the underclassmen that left college early and are in the NBA as we speak.
A lot of passion, and it makes me work even harder. It's great to be compared to some of the greats. And when I look at that, I say I want to be like Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, not on the court, but off the court.
You talk about LeBron James. It's been a runaway freight train. The Express with hype. It has started 2 years ago. And all I know is if he's half as good as all I've heard about him, he is going to be one special athlete.
On the highlight reel, Fighting Irish, give it right back. Ariza loses the handle. James, it was about a foot over the rim.
Look at the crowd.
I'm not coming into the team right away trying to be a leader. But if they get that to me, I know how to be a leader. But I'm just going to accept my role until I have to do something. I'm just going to try to get our team better every day.
The big winner of the NBA draft lottery, the Cleveland Cavaliers. As it came down to the final pick, Russ Granick, the deputy commissioner, pulled out the Cleveland Cavaliers card. The owner of this team, he's given so much to the Cleveland area over the year, and there he holds the LeBron James jersey.
With the first pick in the 2003 NBA draft, the Cleveland Cavaliers select LeBron James.
We have better players than him in his position already on our team, though. His potential is probably, the sky's the limit for him, though.
I don't think you can really just bring a high school player in and really just think your team gonna really turn around like that.
Regular season game tonight. Welcome, everybody, on the run. This is his best part of his game. And there's his first assist, and it's a beauty.
And he starts it with a strong rebound. The number.
LeBron James' first shot is good.
A 1 second difference. Jefferson's pass tipped away. Here's James forcing his way in. Jefferson, up jumper. No. Rebound. James extending. James to the rim.
Been an excellent offensive player. I think Paul Silas has been imploring him to play better defense.
Buckle up for LeBron James.
Oh my goodness.
At 6'8", guard from the Cleveland Cavaliers, voted as a starter in his first All-Star appearance, LeBron James.
Here's James for three. You gotta be kidding me. Are you kidding me? LeBron James with 56.
Wow, this is an absolutely spectacular performance. Unbelievable.
A steal by James. 2-on-1. Here's the tennis with a high dribble. Yes!
My goodness. You can see that one coming.
Do you think LeBron James can carry this team into the playoffs?
He's going to have to. He don't have much choice. I think the great thing about LeBron James, he is so talented. It's a lot of burden for a guy that young, but he's got big shoulders.
The problem, though, is he's had those big games, and the reality is that this team is not winning.
Mike Brown has some talent to work with. Somewhat of a surprise when he was named head coach of the Cavaliers. But anytime you can focus on a young man like LeBron James, it's not a bad thing. LeBron James still just 20 years old. He will not turn 21.
With 29 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists, and a host of other intangibles, is the youngest MVP in the history of the NBA All-Star Game. Congratulations, LeBron.
Hirolenko cannot touch it. LeBron James knows it. James will head to the hole with power. Now become the youngest man in the history of the NBA to hit the 5,000-point barrier with 5 left. James for the jumper for the win. Bang! 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 LeBron filled it up. Run the clock. Pass the basketball. James. Oh, my. The defender was looking for help. There is no help here, Mike.
Can go up over him if he wants. Fakes right. Goes left. Bends it over Ruffin. He got it to go. Timeout Washington. 5.7 to go. LeBron James hit the big shot.
Foul James. LeBron to the hoop for the win. He got it. It's over. The Cavaliers have won it. You can book this one to the Cavaliers.
I'm lost for words right now, Lisa. I don't know how we did it, to come in this environment and win a ball game. For a young team like ourselves, for a non-playoff experienced team, this shows how far we've grown from the regular season.
All of Detroit's starting five in double figures. They are a team in every sense of the word. Every man knows what his role is. All but 6 of their points came from starters. Looked like Detroit was headed to their second straight rout, but Cleveland made them work hard to the 2-love lead.
This guy has been absolutely sensational and magnificent. He's either too strong, too fast, or too athletic for everybody. You can just look at LeBron James right now. You can't knock anybody for an inability to stop this kid. He's that great, that special.
79-61. LeBron James going home for the 2005-2006 season. But the Cavaliers really struggle. 30.8% from the floor, 1 of 12 from beyond the arc.
First of the TNT doubleheader. James accelerates and put it down. LeBron James going baseline and then soaring, and that gets his crowd going.
97-90, it's all over. Cavs' first ever sweep in the playoffs, and LeBron ends up with 31 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists. Ilgauskas close to a 20-20.
For Cleveland, it is a night to celebrate. 1976 it happened, 1992, and then 2007 for the third time ever, and LeBron's first time. The Cavaliers are going to the Eastern Conference Finals.
LeBron had a path to the basket. Maybe he could have gotten there and gotten fouled, but Steve, you talked about he hadn't shot a free throw all night long.
But you have to question LeBron James not attacking the rim. 48 points for LeBron James. He has scored the last 25 points for Cleveland.
It's going to be well documented, well talked about for a long time. We're going to remember LeBron James' performance last night. Tied third all-time performance on the road in the conference final, NBA final, 48 points. Just amazing, just phenomenal.
And if we can get it down to the fourth quarter, I always told my team I'm going to try to do my best to try to bring it home. And man, if it weren't for these fans here, man, this is special. This is big. This is the biggest thing I've ever done.
Marshall throws it down. Damon Jones fires away. And there's the buzzer. The San Antonio Spurs are NBA champions once again. Their 4th title in 9 years.
He's 22 years old. He's getting to the finals way ahead of Michael Jordan. This kid came into the league with more scrutiny than anyone. He handled it very, very well.
Yes.
It seems his teammates like to play with him. This is a very good development for the NBA.
Back comes LeBron with a minute to play in the 4th. He goes all the way! Woo! LeBron James with that change of pace move to give the East a 2-point lead. Pierce turns it over. Bounce pass to LeBron. Milestone for LeBron James, youngest player ever to reach 10,000 career points.
LeBron the crossover. Right down Euclid. Star!
There it is! The king of Akron is now the king of Cleveland basketball.
LeBron James is now the all-time leading scorer in Cavaliers history.
James played by Howard. LeBron able to stay on the floor with the 5 fouls. Nice move. And stops. A change of pace.
On TNT. Breakaway for the Cavs. Gives it to LeBron!
When this ball went up in the air, I said, even he is. What's this? That ball's up above the top of the. Oh, my goodness.
6 for 24. But as we mentioned, remember last year against Detroit, he struggled first couple of games. They were 0-2 down to the Pistons in the conference finals. And then he put on one of the more dominating playoff shows we've seen.
They switch it. Here's Pierce again. A Smith screen. Posey will defend. Oh! LeBron James, with no regard for human life, has given the Cavaliers their biggest
Sweet tonight. The Celtics are going back to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time since 2002.
What a tough defeat for LeBron James. A spectacular performance after what was a spectacular season for him.
5.5 seconds remaining. LeBron James will just throw it in, and he'll walk off with a double nickel. 55 points. One off his career best. Season high for LeBron James.
Off the Ben Wallace screen. Now Josh Smith matched up with him. Oh, my God. Oh, my. The thunder of a LeBron James one-hander.
You know, this is where legends are born, and this is where teams are made and make history. So to get the first round out of the way gives us a little bit more time to get a little bit of rest. But we got to make sure that we continue to do the things that we need to do. And you guys mean just as much to this MVP trophy than my 14 teammates, than my coaching staff, than my family. You guys have a big part in this MVP trophy also.
They are the first team since the Miami Heat in 2005 to sweep its first 2 series games. And they did it in double figures, so they have won 8 straight playoff games.
I feel like I continue to get better every year. I continue to bust my butt in the offseason to get ready. I look forward to us competing for an NBA championship this year. On us trying to get better for the long-term goal. Short-term goal, we want to just continue to get better every night.
Mo Williams will throw in. Rashard Lewis playing off the ball. Lewis gets it to LeBron for 3 for the win. Yes! LeBron James at the buzzer! The Orlando Magic have defeated the Cleveland Cavaliers, and they are headed to the finals for the first time since 1995.
If somebody beat you up, you're not gonna congratulate them on beating you up. That don't make sense. It don't make sense to me. I'm a competitor, and that's what I do. It don't make sense for me to go over and shake somebody's hand.
I don't think he's a winner. I ask you again, what has he
wasn't
won?
a winner in this
Well, that's
series.
what I'm saying, but he hasn't won anything in 6 years now, to the point that I don't see that he has winners' intangibles.
LeBron James was asked to do so many chores for this Cleveland Cavaliers team. Asked to lead the team in scoring, rebounding, assists, do all of the interviews, get to the free throw line, and also sell tickets. Ultimately, that's too much of a responsibility for one player.
LeBron James, but it is also others. I mean, Delonte West immediately into the game.
Oh, no! Wow! Talk to me. Shot clock is down to 5. Nice fake by James. Oh, he stops! LeBron James puts it.
Well, click, click, get ready for your Kodak moment.
And it's a pleasure for me as commissioner to give LeBron James the 2009-10 NBA MVP presented by Kia Motors, his trophy.
The worst home playoff loss in Celtics history. They'll lose by 29 and take a 2-1 lead, the Cavs will.
The Seas, the first to win back-to-back in the series, handing the Cavs their worst home playoff loss in team history. Boston can close the door Thursday night in Beantown.
And the speculation will certainly start about LeBron James and whether or not he will re-sign with Cleveland or go somewhere else. And as Jeff mentions, it could have a huge effect on coaching staff, on front office, on other players. That remains to be seen.
He's the fake MJ. He can't stand up to the pressure. The higher the expectations, the worse he performed. LeBron James was made for the regular season, but come postseason time, he's the most overrated, overhyped superstar.
I have no plans at this point. I've made no plans. As an individual, I'm going to continue to get better throughout the offseason like I always do. And I'll come back a better player next season and still have the same goals.
There were rumors that Delonte West had slept with LeBron James' mom. But him saying, I don't say nothing bad about someone's parent, so not at all. Yeah, I mean, right? It reads like he's admitting it.
Mike Brown has been fired as coach of the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cavs are now pondering a very uncertain future, as along with looking for a new coach, they face the possibility of losing LeBron James to free agency in July.
But after another disappointing end in the playoffs, the dominoes continue to fall today with Ferry and the Cavs parting ways. Ferry was the Cavs GM for the past 5 years, the most successful period in franchise history.
LeBron is strongly leaning towards joining Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh with the Miami Heat, thus adding another sad chapter to the city of Cleveland's devastating sports history. Chris Broussard, 80%, he says LeBron heading to Miami, although Bob Holtzman is reporting that the Heat have not heard from LeBron.
LeBron, what's your decision?
In this fall, man, it's very tough. In this fall, I'm going to take my talents to South Beach and join the Miami Heat.
Miami Heat. That was the conclusion you woke up with this morning.
That was the conclusion I woke up with this morning.
I hope he never wins anything in Miami.
The worst thing that could ever happen to Cleveland.
This is the worst thing that could have ever happened to me.
He personally guarantees that the Cavaliers will win an NBA championship before LeBron does. He goes on to say this shocking act of disloyalty from our homegrown chosen one, calls him the self-proclaimed king.